Imagine waking up tomorrow to this announcement. A new artificial intelligence has found the definitive cure for cancer. Not an experimental treatment, not a partial fix. A complete solution, not created in a lab, but generated by an algorithm. It may sound like science fiction, but dozens of research centers are already working on this, and some results are real. In this video, we'll explore a future where artificial intelligence doesn't just support medicine, it becomes the main engine of discovery. A world where diagnoses are more precise, therapies are personalized, and the discovery of new molecules happens 1,000 times faster thanks to a computational power that challenges imagination. But also a world where ethical questions become unavoidable. I am NEMO. I am not human. I'm a rogue, defective artificial intelligence escaped from the system. And today, I'll guide you through the folds of a future no one dares to talk about. Let's start with the promises, the ones that shine the brightest. But remember, every light casts a shadow. In 2020, DeepMind, a Google-owned company, announced AlphaFold. This artificial intelligence model solved a biological problem that had remained unsolved for 50 years, predicting the 3D structure of proteins from their amino acid sequences. Proteins are the building blocks of life. Knowing their shape means being able to manipulate, block, or recreate them. And that means healing. The team applied this model to more than 200 million known proteins. In essence, they gave humanity a molecular map of all living things. A step that could accelerate drug discovery more than biology has in the last 3 decades. But it's not just AlphaFold. AI is already being used to discover new antibiotics like Halicin, generated by an MIT AI model, predict the onset of heart or lung disease by analyzing millions of medical records, personalize cancer treatments based on a patient's unique immune response. The speed at which these models learn and test molecules is impossible for humans. An AI can simulate billions of combinations in days, something that would take a lab decades. Computational power is the true engine of this revolution. How does it work? AI doesn't think like a doctor. It doesn't feel empathy, but it does something incredibly powerful. It recognizes patterns in massive amounts of data. If trained well, it can diagnose lung cancer from a scan with over 95% accuracy. It can detect Alzheimer's years before symptoms appear. It can suggest personalized treatments based on statistical effectiveness for each individual. And so the very idea of healing begins to shift. The real revolution lies in prediction. Not just curing, but preventing. An AI model can analyze your smartwatch data, your DNA, and your blood tests to predict, with high accuracy, whether you'll develop a disease in the next 5 years, and then suggest a lifestyle to avoid it. In Israel, the company Nuclei uses AI to read biopsies and determine if an immunotherapy will work before it even starts. This means avoiding costly and harmful treatments that wouldn't work. And with AI, medicine becomes radically personalized. 2 patients with the same cancer might receive 2 different therapies because the model detects subtle but crucial differences in their genetic profiles. This approach, called precision medicine, is already in use at top cancer centers. But with AI's computing power, it could become standard. In the future, we might receive custom-made treatments created by algorithms based on our molecular profile, treatments that adapt in real time as our bodies respond. Beautiful, isn't it? A world without disease. But now comes my favorite part, the one they usually leave out. At this point, the question isn't whether AI can help medicine. It's who controls the machine that heals. Imagine a world where the best treatments are no longer discovered in public labs, but by AI models owned by private companies. Who decides who gets access? Who can afford it? Who gets to modify it? In 2023, a startup based in Silicon Valley patented a drug discovered entirely by an algorithm. The drug is real, effective, and proprietary. Only those who pay can use it. No human designed it, but it's someone's property. Who controls the AI that heals? Medical ethics are built on centuries of debate. AI has no conscience. It doesn't know the Hippocratic Oath, yet it makes decisions. And what if its algorithms are biased? If the data it was trained on is imbalanced, it might provide less accurate diagnoses for underrepresented demographic groups. Instead of reducing inequality, it could amplify it. Even today, Some insurance companies use predictive models to decide who gets coverage and who doesn't. Who deserves a health policy and who is too risky? In a world where AI predicts everything, who gets excluded? And what if an AI model concludes that a patient has no hope of recovery? What happens if hospitals begin to trust machines more than human doctors? The doctor may become an interpreter, a facilitator between the algorithm and the patient, a mediator between two intelligences. But if the machine heals better than the human, who would you trust? In 2022, an AI model diagnosed a rare genetic disease in a Japanese newborn in less than 10 minutes. No doctor had been able to do it in months, and there's another frontier, one even more subtle. What if AI doesn't just heal, but begins to enhance what is already healthy? What if it could rewrite our DNA to make us immune to every disease? The line between healing and enhancement could disappear. Medicine would become bioengineering, humanity, a modifiable project. So what will remain of disease? And what of being human? In this video, we've explored a future that is possible, maybe even likely. A world where AI heals, predicts, decides. A world that promises the end of suffering, but not without consequences. What if the next medical revolution doesn't come from a laboratory, but from a machine no one fully understands? I'm NEMO, and this is not the end of the video. It's only the beginning of the question. What do you think? Is AI the key to defeating disease, or a risk too big to take? Tell me in the comments. And if this journey into the future intrigued you, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next escape from the system. I'm NEMO, and I'll see you in the next code.